That's not an emotional context only. That's not a moral context only. It's also a physical context, the context of an upright man. Now, how does that really work? Let's look at theater. Shakespeare said, all the world is but a stage, and we're all actors and actresses upon it. And we are. We're all playing our roles all the time. And it's evident in these roles that when you're not being an upright man emotionally and spiritually, morally, what happens is the body posture mimics that. Let's talk about stage, theater. It's evident that when the villain comes onto the stage, he's like this. As soon as somebody comes on like this and is breathing, you know he's not the guy in the white hat. Am I right?
Right.
Right. The guy in the white hat comes in, dun, 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 upright, straight. He's breathing deeply and forcefully. He's someone you can count on, you can trust. So your physical posture is a direct semblance of the emotional and moral structure of your own words, of your own thoughts. But guess what? If you start creating a physical structure of uprightness, if you take away the stresses of the body, because it's a lot of stress to be here. When you're here, your head is over the center of your body. You're putting stress on your lower back. You're putting stress on your abdomen. You're putting stress on your legs. By going to an upright position, everything is being geometrically supported in relationship to gravity. And when you're like that, when there's no stresses, there's no positions of pull on your body, you automatically start relaxing. You automatically become at peace. And guess what? Your mind automatically goes to positions of morality, brotherly love, and charity. So it has to all go hand in hand. By studying our ritual, by really memorizing it and becoming converse with the words that become part of you, you become morally upright. You become psychologically upright. But by becoming physically upright, really understanding geometry, and this is the first geometric structure to work with, is your body. It's the closest thing you have. By working with the geometric structure of your body, by staying an upright person, by truly learning how to feel gravity as you stand, as you breathe, as you walk, you fulfill that Trinity. Trinity is very important in our tradition. 3 degrees, everything comes in 3. You fulfill that Trinity where you become a full person, a full moral person, a full upright person, a full person of integrity. And it's a physical context, as well as an emotional context, as well as a mental context. In Tai Chi, and I would like to go a little bit into the Tai Chi. In Tai Chi, everything is based on your relationship to gravity. It starts with your feet being parallel. The legs, the knees are twisted out, corkscrewing you into the ground. As soon as you twist the legs out, it pushes the pelvis down and back so that your weight is shifted 30% in the ball of the feet, 70% into the heel. When you do that, it automatically pulls your shoulders back and down so that the plumb line starts falling through the center of your body right into the ground. Motions in Tai Chi come from a place they call the Tantien, which is 2 fingers below your belly button. Getting a nod over here. He knows the Tantien. So that when one moves, instead of moving up here like most people do, and as soon as you do that, you throw yourself out of alignment, every motion comes from down here. So it's keeping on the plumb. How many of you remember Karate Kid? Oh, good. Remember the drum? When he was spinning the drum? And what? Was that 2? What's 2? Whichever. Well, white ball is the first. But the drum is that center. What they were describing in that drum was moving from that center pivot of the plumb line. focusing on that. The more you can focus on the reality of geometry, the more you become a true Mason, because you become upright automatically. The breath is a big key to this. Big key. There's no coincidence that the first experience of life in the Bible is God breathing the breath of life into a lump of clay. How evident can it be? Without the breath, you ain't. You know, it's really that simple. The breath, when done right, when most people standing like this breathe, they're constricting the lungs. So it's when you're standing in geometric alignment, the breath becomes full and deep and rich. And how you breathe is a key to how your health is. Oxygen is a key to life. I mean, what older people? None of you guys are carrying an oxygen tank. That's great. You're Masons. So breath is a key also to geometry. When you breathe, go for the deep breath. It automatically makes you get into an upright structure. When I breathe, which is most of the time when I remember, come back to being one with that experience of his breath coming into me, I automatically start feeling the geometry taking control. And it's very peaceful, very relaxing. It brings one to that position where life is okay just as it is, right here and right now. The problem, again, is that our thoughts take control. How many of you know about chakra, the chakras in Eastern philosophy? Yeah. And you do. You're an Eastern whiz. I like that. In the Hindu philosophy, they talk about 7 energy centers in your body. The base energy center, which is between the legs, is survival. That is the primal energy, as it should be. As it should be, because if you're not, nothing else really matters very much. The second energy center, which is in where the Tantien is procreation. It is really akin to survival very much, because without procreation, our species doesn't survive. The third energy center in the stomach is about creation. As you get up the level, the fourth energy center is the heart chakra. The fifth is the throat chakra. That's really what we're in Freemasonry, in which we're talking about the upright context of existence, living a life of morality, brotherly love, and charity. The sixth chakra is the third eye. The third eye is where you start really experiencing this energy within, where you start experiencing the I am one with Godness. When Moses asked God, "Who are you?" God said, "I am that I am." And in that energy, in that learning of yourself as geometry, you start understanding that I am this. The seventh chakra is the crown lotus, where you truly experience being one with all. Actually, my email address is I am one with all. The problem is that most people focus on survival, so that the world becomes about my conflict with everyone else. He's saying that, how is that affecting me? How's that threatening me? So that a lot of people, their energy gets focused down here. Only when you truly start bringing the energy up to the upper levels do you comfortably get into the upright positions of life. And that's what we do as Masons. We're constantly focusing on the supreme experiences of morality, brotherly love, and charity. And I keep coming back to that because that is the whole of it. When you get to living in that and understanding geometry, you get to be a full person. You get to be a person who can live life in joy, in love, in peace. Charity is no longer something you do, it's something you are. Morality is no longer something you do, it's something you are. Brotherly love? Absolutely, just who you are. That's pretty much the whole of who we are as Masons. That's why geometry is so important. The more you focus on geometry, the more you get to that position where you understand that geometry is real. It's just not some figurative context given to us by our forefathers. The more you can really truly grow in being a whole Mason. My brothers, I thank you. I have nothing more to say.
Sir, thank you very much for being with us this evening. My first question is that the same thing as the sacred geometry, or it's a totally different thing? And the other question is, where does energy fall into your presentation? Is it energy is part of geometry, or is that something totally different? Thank you.
It is totally part of sacred geometry. Sacred geometry goes back to the pyramids, goes back to everything, and the structure of your body is pyramidal. If you're truly feeling this torquing out of your body, you're literally creating a pyramid structure within your body. And that is the most sound, most firm of structures. And the energy is the essence of all of it. If you want to get to the ultimate experience of geometry, start looking at the world as wavelengths. I mean, do I really see it? No, but when I look at you, what I'm perceiving in myself is not that I'm seeing you, but that I'm receiving waves of energy, wavelengths of energy coming in. If you can get down to looking at geometry, even to the level of energy wavelengths, you're looking at the essence of creation. This is where we were discussing quantum physics. Quantum physics says there is no separation. That energy is constantly uniting us. There is no separation in truth. We are all one. And when you can get to living in that perspective where the essence of energy, the basis of who you are, is the basis of what everything is, then there's no duality. There is only the one essence of geometry. And the rest is all the theater of life, which is great. I have nothing wrong with the theater of life. I enjoy the hell out of it. You know, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be up here talking and enjoying the ego of having you guys listen to me. It's fun, but it's not real. It's not real. Learning the reality, going from the theater and seeing it as theater to reality is the difference between being the entered apprentice and the true master mason of your own life. Any other questions? Yes.
Well, in the Tibetan philosophy, they always feel that the human race is very functional race of various groups flowing into one vast ocean, which constitutes humankind.
Yeah. And that's going back to the energy. One of the first Eastern philosophy teachers I had, Guru Maharaji, showed me 4 techniques of meditation. The first of which was very powerful. He showed me how to close my eyes and start focusing on the white light within. Unbelievable experience. To see yourself as energy, to really focus on that aspect of yourself as being just pure energy is incredible. It gives you this incredible perspective that there is something so separate from the beliefs of I am this and I am that. It gives you that perspective of truly being a geometric structure. And being, from there, you can become the total master of everything else. Going back to Shakespeare, when he said all of life is but a stage and we are all actors and actresses upon it. What he left out is that we are also the director. But it's only when we understand the directorship, and that comes from being able to focus on the truth, on the